Hello, everyone, and welcome to NorthSouth Books Book Buzz. I'm Heather Lennon, Director of Sales, and I'm very excited to share our upcoming Spring-Summer 2021 titles with you. Chick Chat, hatching January 19th, 2021, written and illustrated by Janie Bynum. Peep, 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 baby Chick has a lot to say. Everyone in Chick's family is too busy to chat with her, but when chatty baby Chick adopts a large egg, she finally finds a friend who is a good listener. When her egg goes missing, Chick is heartbroken until she finds that it has hatched into a brand new friend. American author-illustrator Janie Bynum creates stories with lovable characters like Chick. Her previous titles have been recognized as Junior Library Guild selections. Janie lives in a nearly 100-year-old storybook house in Southwest Michigan. Little Polar Bear and the Pandas, a brand new story featuring Lars, the beloved little polar bear. There are too many tourists at the Great Wall. Little polar bear Lars wants to steer clear of the humans, but when he catches a whiff of something delicious on their ship, he decides to investigate. Before Lars knows it, he's on an adventurous trip to China, where he meets two lovely pandas. Can these new friends who are so different help him find his way home? This news story about Lars will delight children and is a great reminder that friends can be found anywhere. Dutch author-illustrator Hans de Beer is one of North-South's most best-selling and beloved authors. The Little Polar Bear books have been translated into 30 languages so far. We're also reissuing two previous titles in the Little Polar Bear series. Little Polar Bear Finds a Friend. While searching for someone to play with, Little Polar Bear Lars gets caught in a trap and finds himself in a cargo plane destined for the zoo. And Little Polar Bear and the Reindeer. The short Arctic summer is ending, and the reindeer are starting their winter migration. But this year, humans have interfered with their journey. The herd is trapped. If they can't get through, they will perish. Lars has an idea, but will it work? In My Dreams, I Can Fly, by Eveline Hasler and illustrated by Kathy Bend. Winter is on the way. Below the ground, 5 friends, a grub, a beetle, 2 worms, and a caterpillar are settling in for winter. But what will they do all winter long? What will they eat? What will they dream of? This charming book offers some surprising answers. Eveline Hasler and Kathy Bend have collaborated on an imaginative tour de force that will delight young and old alike. Absolutely stunning illustrations combined with a thoughtful story. This book has been out of print for several years, and it's a treat to bring it back. Swiss author Eveline Hasler has been honored with many international awards, and illustrator Kathy Bend was one of 26 Swiss artists honored at the Bologna Book Fair in 2019. Robert and the World's Best Cake. Robert and his father have the day off. Robert wants to bake a gigantic cake, the best in the world. But when Robert's freshly created invitations blow out the window, Robert, his dad, and Mopsy the dog get an even bigger surprise. Just when they sit down to eat the cake, the doorbell rings again and again and again. With humor and a keen sense of the absurd, Katherine Bell tells a delightful story about the big and little wonders of everyday life. Katherine Bell grew up as the daughter of a bookseller and forester in Greifswald, Germany. Her books have been translated into many languages and awarded the Prix Kronos to literature. They've also been included in the collection of the most beautiful children's books as part of the Austrian Children's and Young Adult Literature Prize. Meet Me by the Sea. When a spunky little girl finds that her parents are too busy to play, she decides to visit her favorite place on her own. The familiar past lightens her step and her heart, and she makes a wild new friend before reuniting with her parents. Tata Levy's spare text and delicate pastel-hued illustrations celebrate courage, discovery, and the power of family. Taltal's debut, A Little Courage, was included in the most recent Society of Illustrators, the Original Art exhibition. Born in Galilee, Israel, Taltal now lives in Basel, Switzerland. Peace. Peace is on purpose. Peace is a choice. Peace lets the smallest of us have a voice. From a hello and pronouncing your friend's name correctly, to giving more than you take and saying, I'm sorry, this simple concept book explores situations of peace and actions, small and big, that foster it. A simultaneous Spanish edition, Paz, will also be available. Award-winning authors Baptiste Paul and Miranda Paul have teamed up with illustrator Elisa Mesa, winner of the A la Orilla del Viento, the premier picture book contest award in Mexico, to create an inspiring look at all of the things that we can do to bring peace into our lives and world. We have a beautiful interview with Elisa Mesa posted to our blog on the website. She talks a little bit about what it was like to create a book on peace during this very challenging year. You get a peek into her Mexico City studio, and it's just really kind of a warm and wonderful interview. Norman's First Day at Dino Daycare is a sweet new series from UK illustrator Sean Julian, who you know from the funny Sloppy books, including Sloppy Wants a Hug and Sloppy Takes the Plunge. In a pitch-perfect preschool story, tiny Dino Norman learns that being shy is just a part of who he is. Time for back to school. We all know how popular dinosaurs are with preschoolers. Sean has created many books with NorthSouth, including the Five Little Ducklings books with Carol Roth. What Happens While You Sleep by German author-illustrator Anna Russelman is a whimsical book that looks at the science of what happens in your brain while you sleep. It's wrapped in a sweet story, and her beautiful watercolor art sets a dreamy mood for this narrative nonfiction story. Anna lives in Nuremberg, Germany, where she works as an artist. The Speckled Feather. Debut illustrator Johanna Rees lives in Germany, and The Speckled Feather is a beautifully illustrated, humorous story about three animal friends who are torn apart over a beautiful feather. A simple fable with stunning illustrations, Johanna is a bright new talent on our list. We are very excited to publish The Field in a paperback edition, along with a simultaneous Spanish paperback edition, Elcampo. Written by Baptiste Paul and illustrated by Jacqueline Alcantara, this joyous Caribbean-set soccer book won accolades and was named to the Hornbook Fanfare list, a Kirkus Best Book, a Bank Street Best Book. It was a Junior Library Guild selection and also the winner of the Sonia Lynn Sadler Award. This was Baptiste's first book with us, and it was also Jacqueline Alcantara's debut. And we are working on a follow-up title with Baptiste and Jackie. Chickens is rounding out the end of our list. It's an adorable story from Valerie Gorbachev, back in print in paper overboard editions. We'll have this book and also a simultaneous Spanish edition, Dos Palitos Gallinas. It's a very punny tale of fearful little chickens on the playground, just right for back to school. Written and illustrated by Valerie Gorbachev. Valerie was born in the Ukraine, and he has lived in Brooklyn for quite some time now, and he estimates he has published over 60 books. We are very proud to have published his first book in America, Nikki and the Big Bad Wolves, many years ago. I want to thank you for joining us. I hope you'll visit our virtual booth. This presentation will be available as a download there. And I'd like to point out that you can access interactive samples of each of the books on the presentation by just clicking on them. I'd also love to hear from you with any questions or comments, so please feel free to email me. All the contact information is here. I hope that you'll all stay healthy, and I hope that we can all be together soon, hopefully in June. Thanks you very much.